Welcome everybody to another episode of Getting Over the Hump. It's Wednesday. You already know your boy Phoenix Born, helping people stay motivated, pushing, focus on their goals, the works. Last week, I wasn't feeling well. I got really sick. I wasn't able to record. I was in bed all day. So sorry about all that. But that's just pretty much what happened last week. But now we're back to it. We're strong. We're going to keep it moving. We actually have 2 episodes left of this season. So today will be second to last. And then next week will be the last episode. And then for right now, there will not be a season 4. God has put in my heart to pursue other things at the moment. So this whole Getting Over the Hump will be on pause after season 3 until further notice. So with this theme for this week, since it is the second to last episode, the theme is called storm. Like a weather storm or a thunderstorm. Yes, in the natural, so it's a lot of chaos, a lot of rain, a lot of wind and all that. But when you put it in the aspect of your journey, right before the finish line of your journey, you get one of the biggest storms in your life. And it is one of the hardest moments in a journey, and no matter what aspect of your life, where you are going to be tested beyond your limit. You're going to go through trials, tribulations, and your determination to finish will be put to the test. I know for me, in some of the biggest moments of my life, whether professionally, academically, or personally, I've been tested mentally and emotionally beyond my limit in terms of finishing, like I mentioned before, my degree, winning contests in my old jobs, being able to accomplish certain tasks in my life. And when it comes to dealing with a storm, you have to know how to weather it, and you have to know how to navigate, you have to know how to manage all that. And managing through a storm by yourself is one of the hardest things to do. The reason why the storm is so difficult is because you've been led, you've been working, you've been grinding all the way up to this point, and you're right there at the door, you're at the finish line. But between friends, family, obligations from work, and any other social activity, the way you think about yourself, the way you perceive yourself, how you convince yourself of your own abilities, how you downplay yourself, there's just so much going on that for you to get through that door, you think you're not going to make it. I mean, in a storm, you're basically blind, especially in a very heavy thunderstorm. You're blind, you have to drive super slow, or if the weather is so bad, you have to stay where you are and you can't move. And that's how it feels like in whatever journey you go through. You feel like you just keep pushing and pushing and pushing, and you've had to slow down, and you've had to take 3 steps back, and you've had to make decisions to see, okay, do I go this way? Do I go that way? Do I stay still? There's so much chaos going into it that the best thing to do when it comes to a storm is to breathe, understand what's going on, and realize that God has everything under control and He's fighting the battle for you. In the meantime, you keep grinding. Let's say if you're doing education, you keep studying, you stay focused on it, you don't get distracted too often, stay on that grind. If you're in fitness or physical competition, you train, you manage your diet, you make sure everything's under control, you go to the best of your ability, put in the best work every training session. If you're in business, whether you're trying to start a business or you're managing a Fortune 500 company already, you maximize on all operation costs, you understand every factor that plays into it, you make sure that if you're in sales, clients are doing good, the works. This becomes time to stay laser focused on what you're trying to do. You have to understand every aspect of what you're trying to do, because this storm you're in, again, the storm right before the finish line, you are going to be tested. Whether you're already in a storm, you already survived the storm, or you're about to come into a storm. So you may be asking, okay, well, this storm can't be that hard. Yeah, I've had hard moments and all that, but a storm can't be that hard right before the finish line. And to put it to you, I'll tell you like this. You will have sleepless nights because you're trying to study and stay focused on everything that you're doing. You're gonna have self-doubt every day. You're gonna wake up stressed because you're trying to get to the finish line and you're being anxious about it. Your anxiety level is at an all-time high. You're not focusing straight. You're surviving on caffeine if you drink coffee or energy drinks, which I used to do a lot of Red Bull in my bachelor's degree. A lot of your friends, you're gonna see them being successful. You're gonna do comparison on why your life isn't the same way as their life, even though you're rooting for them. You're gonna try to understand why your family is living their life their way, why you have people who are against you, people who support you. You're gonna try to figure out all that aspect, and that's just the mental part. That's not the physical, where you gotta wake up every day for the grind, make sure you're eating right, drinking water, staying energized, surviving your long hours of work or education, whatever it may be. That's the physical side. Then you have the emotional side, where you have to convince yourself every day that you are going to make it, even when you wake up late for work, your coffee isn't hot enough or it's the wrong flavor, you forgot to put gas last night and you thought you could do it in the morning, when work is going bad, when you're eating nothing but red lights while driving, people are cutting you off, you're getting frustrated with life, you're mad, you're sad, you enter depressive states, then you're happy, all that. That's all at play. Your social level is when you're not hanging out with friends and family as much as before because you're so focused on this journey. So you think they're doing better or they ignored you, but really you're busy, they're busy. It's gonna be out of whack because of how intense this storm's gonna be. And that's what people don't understand. People say, oh, I survived my hardest moments in life and then I made it, which is good, but nobody really explains what happens. Nobody explains what happens to your emotional state, your mental state, your physical state, the day in, the day out, where it's 3 a.m. and you're looking at your computer screen thinking, I don't know if I'm gonna make it and I still got 2 months to go. Or you wake up and it's like, man, I've been grinding day in and day out at work and I'm just being overlooked for positions, for management and all that. It's that type of stuff that's considered a storm. It's the repetition of going 110% and it's still not going your way and it's still not happening and you still gotta be patient and all of that. I say all that to let you know that everybody goes through a storm. Everybody goes through one of the hardest moments in their life where they're tested to their absolute limit and you have to make a decision. You either quit or you continue. Those are your 2 options. If you quit, you'll never know what happens at the end. If you continue, that means you gotta muster up, drink a little bit of coffee with some water just in case, say, hey, I got this, trust in the man above, and you keep fighting until it's your time, until you reach the end of the journey, until you receive victory, until you receive the blessing that you've been waiting for, the whole 9 yards. And that's a storm. For some people, a storm is 6 months. For some people, it's 2 years. Some people, it's 5 years. Some people, it's 30 years, depending on what the journey is. And the storm, it's gonna be case by case. Everybody has their own version of the storm. My storm, which I do have a separate video, I'll upload it eventually, is my 8-year bachelor's degree in between engineering and IT. And that was a grind. I just had to push, I had to fight with everything, no matter what happened, I had to keep going. And I just told all my friends and family members, that's what happened. That's what God did for me. He got me out of it at the end, and I was able to push on forward. And now I'm here sitting, letting you guys know that you can get through the storm, but you're gonna have to fight with every fiber in your being to get to that finish line, to get to the end of the journey, so that way you can say, it's done, it's completed, thank God, all the glory to Him, and you keep pushing forward. I hope you enjoyed this week's video on storm. Just stay calm, just understand, the hardest test of your life, you got this. Just stay focused and stay positive and be nice to yourself, be kind, as always. You already know, if you like what you heard, hit that like button. If you think somebody needs to hear it, share that to anybody. Remember, next week will be the last episode, not only for season 3, but for the series as a whole. Until further notice, it's been your boy. Take care, stay safe, have a good day.